Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to see an example of positions detail keyword with the quantity parameter to take an entry only once on the buy side and only once on the sell side in a list of stocks. Alright, so let's just see this example that we have created with the quantity parameter. Alright, so I will just go to the edit section of the strategy to see what is the strategy that we have created, and based on that we will see the trades that it has taken. All right, so in the set 1 we have put a simple condition that the trade time should be between 9:25 and 14:58, that is before 3 p.m. And also we are checking that since there are two sets in the strategy, we are checking that there should be no open quantity in that underlying stock in the set number 1. So therefore net quantity traded instrument name is equal to 0 and net quantity traded instrument name 211 is equal to 0. So 111 is equal to 0 and 211 is also equal to 0. So that means there is no open position that is there while this condition is getting checked. And then we are checking on a 1 minute time frame on a NSE trending stocks July list name that the 5-2 parameter of super trend should have a upside crossover. So that's the reason why we are saying that the close of the 1 minute candle of the previous candle, that is 1s1, should be greater than the super trend of 5-2 parameter. So over here we have selected 5-2 as the super trend parameter, and at the same time that -1 candle should be above the super trend, and the minus to minus candle, that is the previous to previous candle, that is -2 candle, should be lower the super trend. That is when there is an upside crossover, right? So -2 candle is below the super trend and -1 candle is above the super trend. So that is when this particular upside crossover happens. What we want to do is that we want to buy a particular stock of certain quantity. So over here we have used the keyword positions detail entry. B is for buy, S for sell. So in this case we are taking entry on the buy side and we want to restrict the trade only once, right? So that's the reason why entry buy all quantity list of the stocks that we have selected and is equal to number 0. All right, so if you want to take entry only once on both the on either side, so basically if you want to in this case what will happen is that when you're using entry B, it will take a trade once on the buy side, and when you're using entry S on the sell side, that is the second set, it will take entry once on the sell side as well. But if you want to take entry only once on either side, whichever comes first in a list of stocks. So for example, if you're trading in Reliance and if the first indicator that you get during the day is on the sell side and you want to take only sell side, and after that you don't want to take on the buy side or any other trade or any other entry in that stock, then in that case you have to use entry position entry all. Okay, so once you use all, then it will take only one trade on either side of the stock during the day. So in this case we want one trade on the buy side also and sell side also. That's the reason why on the buy side we have used entry buy all quantity and the list of stocks is equal to number 0. All right, I hope this is clear. And we will see also on the position builder side what we have done is we are basically, whenever that condition meets, we will buy each stock each share in the list with 10 quantities. All right, so 10 shares of Reliance, 10 shares of TCS or any other stocks that we have, right? So we will just see the list that we have created. So over here we have created a list of 4 stocks: TCS, Tata Motors, Infi and Reliance. So what it will do is it will buy 10 shares of each, right? 10 shares of Reliance, Infi, TCS, etc. All right, and we will see the set 1 exit condition also, that it is basically a downside crossover. So that is whenever the close is below the super trend in the previous candle and previous to previous candle is above the super trend, that means this is a downside crossover. So that's when it will exit. All right, and at the same time in set number 2 we have put the similar entry condition as set number 1, that is net quantity of 111 and 211 should be 0, and it should be a downside crossover. So basically the exit of the first set is equal to entry of the second set, that is the short side. And over here as you can see we have used the opposite of positions detail. So positions detail in this case, since we are checking the sell quantity, we are saying entry S all quantity list is equal to 0 is equal to number 0. All right, So and on the sell side also we are taking 10 stocks per trade in each share. So one time it will take entry on the buy side and one time on the sell side. And this is basically the exit condition of the set number 2. That is, whenever there is an upside crossover, then it should take exit in the short position. And this is nothing but the entry of the first set also. All right, because that's the buy condition, right? So here it's important to know that we are using net quantity, because when there is the exit of the first set happens, that is the buy side gets closed out, then only this second set will get activated. So there will be no mismatch of quantities while trading. Okay, so let's just see now what kind of trades it has taken based on this condition. All right, so let's just go to that particular strategy. So this is the strategy position data which we're checking over here. All right, so over here we can see that say Reliance first entry on 22nd July was at 9:34 a.m. In 10 stocks, but this was on the short side. So this was the first entry on the short side that got exited at 10:21:05 a.m. That is basically the exit of the short side. But as soon as there was an exit of the short side, what it means is that it's also an entry on the long side. So that's the reason why it took entry at the same time on the long side and bought 10 stocks, and that exited at 10:29 a.m. After that, it did not take any trade because the condition is that it should trade only once. Similarly, it has done for TCS as well. First trade was on the short side at 10:937. It got exited at 10:56 a.m. At so and so with so and so quantity. And again, at the same time, after exiting the short position, it took long side entry and it exited at 11:16 a.m. and after that, it has not taken any trade. So one buy side, one sell side, and one buy side is what it is restricting the trade to. Similarly for Tata Motors also, one entry on the short side first of all. After that, there was an exit on 10:07 a.m. of this particular quantity, and again at the same time there was an entry on the long side which was exited at 10:32. And over here Infi also the same thing happened. So 9:54 there was an entry on the long side in this case. Then there was an exit on the short exit that happened at 10:01, and at the same time, as you can see, immediately it also took a entry on the short side and it exited at 10:04, and after that it has not taken any entry. So that's how this keyword works when you want to take entry only once on the buy side and once on the sell side. I hope this was useful. Thank you.